Critically acclaimed series Mythic Quest returns to Apple TV Plus for its second season on May 7 globally. Ahead of the season launch, thanks to the amazing team over at Apple, I was given the chance to chat with series Aussie lead Charlotte Nickdale, aka Poppy Lee. Before we get into it though, don't forget to hit that like button down below. It does wonders in getting my content out there. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to keep up to date with all my content, including more interviews like this. And that, guys, let's get into it. Hi Charlotte, I'm Dave. Calling in from Melbourne this morning from Dave Lee Down Under YouTube channel.
Hi Dave.
Congratulations on the second season of Mythic Quest. It is absolutely fantastic.
Thank you so much.
This season is funnier than the last, but it's also a lot more dramatic as well. I was surprised how deep the series could get with its storylines. It's an absolute testament to how beautifully written the show is and how fantastic the cast is. A lot of the characters, including Poppy, get some really serious character development. It's a very character-driven series, season in particular. How was it for you to get to return to this world again and explore your character on this deeper level?
I mean, through season 1 and then again through season 2, I just feel so lucky to be part of a show that takes so many risks in the way that it's telling a story. Because I think, you know, at its heart, the show, it's a workplace comedy. So it's got a lot of the sort of familiar stories and characters that we recognize from the sorts of shows that you watch to feel like you're hanging out with your friends, you know, when you need a bit of warmth. But then at the same time, as you say, there are these dramatic beats and these grounded moments that these characters go through that are very real and I think very relatable. And one of the things that I loved coming back this season, getting to play with Poppy, is this idea of success. Like, what happens when you achieve success, when you get everything that you've ever dreamed of and you haven't yet dreamed further. And so even though she's this sort of supernova coder as the lead programmer of the video game that she's helped to create, that doesn't necessarily mean she's automatically going to be a great leader. And getting to play with the idea of this woman flailing through this new position was really, really fun.
Yeah, there's some really fantastic dynamics there as well between Poppy and Ian as well. How fun was that to kind of play off of?
Yeah, I mean, Rob McElhenney, who co-created the show with Megan Gans and also plays Ian, he's a genius and he's like at the top of his craft. And like, I was already such a huge fan before I started working on this show. And so getting to come into work every day and bounce off of Rob was a dream come true. And then I think, you know, the added blessing of the fact that we both get along really well. And so, you know, it's hard to play such a chaotic dynamic without having a lot of trust in each other, which meant that when we do get those sort of more grounded moments of getting to see Ian and Poppy's friendship beyond their bickering, there's a lot of heart in that. And I think we draw from our own friendship when we play those scenes.
Yeah, you talk about kind of the relatability of this season. And the great thing about it is it's kind of happening in real time and you're able to touch on things like the pandemic, not only just in the 2 kind of mid-season specials, but throughout this season as well. It's like a real recurring theme. What do you hope the fans of audiences kind of take away from the stories that are presented here in this season?
I mean, I think when we created the quarantine episode last year, which was a very quick and I think authentic response to what was going on in the world, we filmed that episode from home remotely a couple of months after everybody in the world had to start staying home because of, you know, the COVID of it all. And so that introduced this idea into the show that we were living in a similar reality to the characters of the show. And it was really beautiful to see the response to that, because I think while a lot of storytelling last year was about trying to reckon with you know, this thing that was going on in our world, what we really tried to do with that episode was acknowledge the loneliness that was happening, as well as some of the funnier things that were happening over Zoom. And so coming back into this second season, we did this second special episode, Everlight, which is currently available, which is ultimately it's a bridge to get from that quarantine episode into season 2, but it's also just a celebration of hope, which sounds a little bit corny, but I honestly think it's what I need right now. And I really, seeing the responses from the audience has been really gratifying, because I think that it's sort of touched on a lot of people need right now. And then going into the rest of season 2, we wanted to some extent put the pandemic behind us. We just kind of figured that in a lot of ways people were going to be sick of hearing people talk about COVID. And so I'm pretty sure throughout season 2, we don't mention COVID at all. It's just something that informs the way that the characters have changed. And I know for me on a personal level, the past year has changed a lot of the ways that I see myself, that I see the people around me, that I see my job. And I think that you see that reflected in the ways that the characters have grown and continue to grow throughout season 2.
That's absolutely fantastic. Once again, thanks so much for your time, Charlotte. I love the entire show. You're fantastic on it. Absolutely everybody is fantastic on it. And thanks again for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
Once again, Mythic Quest Season 2 premieres on Apple TV Plus on the 7th of May 2021. If you are a fan of this show, you are in for an absolute ride with this second season. It is even better than the first. If you haven't seen this show yet, I highly, highly recommend it. This show is absolutely terrific, and it's one that you really should not be sleeping on. Thanks again to the amazing team over at Apple for making this interview opportunity a possibility. Thanks again to Charlotte for her time, and thanks to everybody out there for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Hey everyone, if you haven't yet, smash that big old subscribe button up on your screen to keep up to date with all my content, and hit that like button down below. Also, don't forget to check me out on social media, and please consider supporting me over on Patreon for as little as $1 a month for exclusive videos, early access content, and to get your name up on the screen. Thanks again for watching.